All right, let's see what we got here. That's why we oiled the saran wrap real good so it doesn't pull our bread apart. Perfect. Alrighty, folks. Grandpa Greenwald, old man with a pan. Today we're going to make some panini bread. I have everything laid out here. It's really not that much stuff. So let's just go ahead and get started. So we do a half cup or 60 grams of just all-purpose flour. And I needed to put like 4 extra grams. I'll put that of wheat because, anyway, we got our 60 grams of white flour. We'll go ahead and dump it in the, we're going to use the big boy for mixing this today. And I need 113 grams of wheat flour. So let's see how we can get that in there also. I'm kind of not doing it right, putting it in this container, but we'll just clean up that mess later on. We got 84. What do I need? 117. 115. 113. I needed 2. I need 115 grams. Or I need 118 grams. There you go, 118 grams. We made up for a couple grams I shorted last night on the poolish. Salt, we need 8 grams of salt. Salt. Let's go ahead and put our yeast in. I need 1 teaspoon of yeast. And I'll go ahead and put a full teaspoon of yeast in. Hadn't made bread for a while, since before Thanksgiving, so things are coming a little bit slowly to me here. A teaspoon of sugar. And again, I used to know the exact measurements on these teaspoons of sugar, but I'll just go ahead and dump in a teaspoon. A teaspoon of sugar is not very much, but kind of balances things out. All righty. Next ingredient, I'm finding more and more recipes that this is becoming more common, is the non-fat dry milk. We'll do it. Non-fat dry milk. Next thing in is our olive oil. And we're going to go ahead and do 2 tablespoons authentic Greek olive oil. All right, we have our ingredients in other than the Biga. You've heard me talk before about using a poolish, which is it's a pre-ferment, it's a starter. Well, this is as you can guess, a bigger version of the Pula. I put this together last night, just a pinch of yeast in cold water with a cup and a half or so of flour in there. I say or so, I don't remember exactly. So it sat overnight, and it's just aging and developing the flavors, and we'll use this for our bread this morning. And you can see, it's a Biga. It's a Biga. So we'll go ahead and dump that in also. Yeah, that's just a head start, like the folks that are making sourdough. Use a sourdough starter. Well, I'm not growing anything routinely around here, but I always use a pre-ferment. It just adds much more flavor to the bread. All right. I say this is new to me. I haven't done this before. I have a little bit. This is going to be a wet dough. I need to add some water to it now. It says 57 to 113 grams of water. 57, exactly 57 grams. We'll dump that. Put that in. All righty. Bring it over to the KitchenAid. We're going to use everything we got here this morning. And we're going to put the mixing paddle on. All right, let's just do a little mix here. See, we suck up some of that stuff from the bottom. And we'll just let that mix there for a few minutes. Doesn't come with that, but anyway, it says that after beating for about 3 minutes on this, the dough ought to start pulling away from the sides. And if not, I'm to turn it up and beat it a couple more minutes. So that's what we're going to do. It's not really pulling away from the side. I'll start it on number 4, and then we'll go up from there. There's number 4 right there. Let's go up at a higher speed and see what happens. Go ahead and pull that out. Well, it's pulling off of there. And it's a sticky. We're going to put the dough hook on now. And we'll let that knead that. I'm just going to put it on and let it knead it for a couple minutes. All right, we'll let it go like that. All right, let me see if I can pull some of that off the side down in there. And put it on the hook so it can get kneaded into the rest of the bread. Now you can see that hook is now starting to pick that dough up and throw it around a little bit. It's just about kneaded enough for me. We'll give it a minute. In the meantime, I did lightly grease my bowl that I'm going to put this in to let it rise. All righty, let's do that. That's good enough. You see the dough is just sliding off that hook down there. It's not sticking to the hook. It's really a sticky dough, but that's okay. That's what we want, is a sticky dough. Recipe calls for two loaves, so that's what we're going to make out of it. Boy, it's a sticky. That's why I have the bowl lightly greased. We're going to put this sticky down in there. We don't want it doing when it rises. We don't want it sticking like this. Whoa, it's sticky. Alrighty. We'll seal it up. We'll set it on the side for an hour and a half. Actually, it calls for 2 hours rise. I'm going to punch it down in between that 2 hours, or midway through. We'll punch it down, let it rise again. All right, that's it. We'll be back in a couple hours. All righty, let's put some oil on the counter. That's what we got. Exactly how it's supposed to be. Kind of a jello-y. Let me get my, I'll just put my hands in the oil there. That's it. Got her out. Let's see if we can kind of cut her up a little bit or shape her up. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here. We're supposed to pick it up and kind of stretch it, pull on it, stretch it, and set it on the pan. It's pretty delicate here, so let me see if I can just get some. I'm gonna That's real sticky. But that's okay. I'm going to come back and press that down in a minute and see if we can get it getting flattened out a little bit. But okay, we stretch it out a little bit. Come on, get off my hand. All right, we're supposed to spread this out a little bit. There you go. There you go. That's about perfect there. That's exactly what I want. All right, let's see if we can do this one. Okay, we'll leave it just like that. We'll cover it up. There's the thing. All right, we're going to get this nice and oily so it doesn't stick to the, it's going to have to go on there, so I'll put a little bit more. So I'm just going to leave this just like that. And we'll let that baby rise until it's risen, and then we'll preheat the oven and bake it. Perfect. The bread's rising pretty good. We'll give it a while longer, let it puff up. It's sure spreading out and looking good. Gonna be tasty. All right, let's see what we got here. That's why we oiled the saran wrap real good so it doesn't pull our bread apart. Perfect. All righty. Got the oven preheated for 425. This is risen and spread even further. Timer, 20 minutes. It's 20 to 22. We'll look at it at 20 and make a decision. I pulled these out after 16 minutes just because they're supposed to, I didn't think they were supposed to get this brown, but they're browned all the way through. We'll just let them sit here and rest. I was going to put them back in the oven and let them settle in the oven and cool down slowly in the oven. We'll just leave them here. Boy, look at that. Look at the size. That's going to be a nice sliced bread. Cut it like this, cut it like this. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Panini bread. First time ever. Homemade panini bread right here at the house. All righty, the panini bread came out great. Look at this baby. It's nice. Got some softness to it. And we already cut a piece out of here, and I saw what the inside was like. It's a good looking bread. We have the holes. Watch this. Wow. Look at that. That's exactly what we wanted. All right, let's make us a sandwich. We're not going to make a panini, but we're going to make a sandwich here. Let me flip this light around a little bit. All right. All righty. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to put a bunch of honey mustard on there. Oh, that looks good. Let's see, we have some 6 cheese Italian. I've had this for a while. It's okay. We got an Italian panini bread. Hi, Tasha. Alrighty. We just got some kind of salad lettuce here. For some reason, I think we need some sort of dribble on here, but we're going to go for it like it is. Yeah, just keep piling it on, baby. Get that where we can see it a little bit. There you go. Wow. Alrighty. We got us a panini.